my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a different type of Sunday reset today. Today is actually Friday. It's Friday at 5:10. It's a little bit late. I just got home from work, just changed out of my work clothes, and we are gonna be doing some party prepping tonight. So tomorrow is our first annual Halloween party in our new home. So I just got home from like the grocery store. I stopped by the Dollar Tree to grab some party items I'm gonna show you, but I figured I would take you along on all the party prep, from decorating to, you know, the food. I'm gonna be making a really great charcuterie board, and I just wanna take you along on all of that stuff. And I was gonna do it anyway, and I wasn't gonna have any other time to film a Sunday reset because my cleaning is not gonna happen until Sunday, and I did not have a video pre-filmed. So hopefully this works. There's gonna be a little bit of cooking, a little bit of cleaning, well, a lot of cleaning and a whole lot of decorating for our party, and I'll try to squeeze in some video footage of our time together. So hopefully you enjoy this video. We've got a lot on our plate, so let's get started. Okay, so here's a look at the list that I have for right now. So these are the things that I need to clean. I gotta clean the bathrooms down here and upstairs, clean the floors. I gotta do some dusting. It's not in this order, but I want to clean off the couch, give it a good vacuum. I need to wipe down the cabinets because they're getting really dirty. I need to clean off the porch, clean the outside of the fridge, and then also the pantry door. It's covered in fingerprints. For today, I want to bake the cupcakes and make the sausage dip. That's for tonight. Tonight is Friday. And then I also want to make the ghost cookies, lots of decorating, and then I need to find the serving dishes, bring up the coolers, and we've got to get ice. Ice is not going to happen tonight. That'll happen tomorrow, but I just put it on the list. So that's what we're going to get started with, and it's really not that terrible. Let me show you what I picked up at the grocery store. All right, so just a couple of quick things. So I did pick up crescent rolls. These are for some mummy hot dogs, some little pigs in a blanket. I also grabbed sausage for the Rotel sausage dip. I have shown that. That is in my 4th of July video, so if you're looking for a really good recipe, check that out. I've got Nutter Butters here because we're gonna make some ghosts, so we're gonna dip them in the white chocolate, and then I have the tiny little mini chocolate chips here to do their little eyeballs. I also have some cake mix here that we're gonna make the cupcakes. Now, I love a good homemade cupcake or cake with homemade chocolate buttercream. It's absolutely delicious, but I just don't have the time or energy for that right now, so we're going old school. And then all these goodies over here are for the charcuterie board. So I've got pretzel sticks. I've got the tiny little gherkins. What are these called? Pickles. Thank you. Oh my gosh. These are mine and Danny's absolute favorite cracker. They're phenomenal if you've never tried them. I also just got regular club crackers, some olive oil and herb crackers. We've got, my mouth is watering. We have olives, delicious looking olives for the charcuterie board. We also have salami, and then we also have this other salami here. I'm gonna try to do some of those really cute like salami roses. I've got some fig spread. I did buy this not just for the charcuterie board, but also because this is what I like to put on my pizza. Hello. So this is really good on crackers. I also grabbed this blueberry vanilla goat cheese. I love goat cheese, and this, I liked the color, and I love the little touch of sweetness on a charcuterie board. So I also have this garlic and fine herb cheese spread right here. This is delicious. If it wants to, there we go. Yummy, yummy, yummy. We've got dried apricots as well as some blackberries. So this will all go on the charcuterie board tomorrow. We're not gonna do any of that tonight. I'll put away what I need to. Let's see what we have in the fridge for tomorrow as well. So we've got our hot dogs for the mummies. So we have those. I did put in my food order, and they gave me maple sausage for my Rotel dip, which is absolutely not gonna fly. So we're gonna need to return that or use it for breakfast, I'm not sure. And then I'm also gonna make the Irish nachos, so the potato nachos. So I got sour cream, all the goodies for that. I hope I got, did they? Yes, they delivered a bunch of scallions, so that'll be perfect. And then I did pick up some of this On the Border Cantina salsa. This stuff is phenomenal. It tastes just like something you would get at a restaurant. So good. So if you're looking for something easy and you don't want to make your own, that's the way to go. Sorry about the fridge. Yeah. So I also have my neighbors bringing a bunch of stuff as well, so it's not just gonna be me, but that's what I'm contributing to the party. So that is enough jabber. I think we've talked enough. Let's just go ahead and get going. I think I'm gonna get the cupcakes into the oven first so that those can just be, you know, cooking, get all the food put away that I can, get the kitchen cleaned up, and then we'll get started on like the heavy cleaning, because I'm gonna try to get as much done tonight as I possibly can so that I don't have to miss a bunch of soccer tomorrow. If I do, it is what it is. We'll make it work, but got a lot to get done. Okay, to get us started, we're gonna make some room in the refrigerator for the things that need to get put away. In my last Sunday reset, you saw me clean out the fridge, and we've been doing a pretty good job keeping it cleaned out, I will say. My family has been doing a really good job of keeping things pretty organized when they're in here. My kids do all the cleanup after dinner every night, so sometimes things get put away, you know, in a way that I wouldn't do it, but that's no big deal. It's easy to move things around, and I'm pretty particular about things, so it's not their fault that, you know, they're putting it in a different place. So I'm just getting myself organized here, getting things put away, trying to figure out what it is that I can get done tonight. And I like to do a lot of multitasking. That is how I work. I like things going, you know, multiple things at once. So I'm going to get started with the cupcakes. Now, as I've mentioned before, I love to do things from scratch. However, when I am in a time crunch or trying to get a lot of things done, I will resort to using pre-made items, which is what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to get the cupcakes in the oven. While those are going, we will get our ghost cookies made, and then we're going to get some cleaning done. I'm sure that I'll probably get asked this question, so I'm going to go ahead and answer it now. But what I'm using to scoop the cake batter into my cupcake liners was something I found, I think it was at Hobby Lobby 100 years ago, may have been at Michael's, I actually don't remember. And you know what, to be honest with you, I haven't looked to see if they still have it. So, but it was this little cupcake scoop. It's about 1/4 of a cup, I would say. But it had like a little cupcake topper as well. And what it does is it allows for you to have even cupcakes. Now, what I will say is my cupcakes still don't come out even because I end up like scooping more and filling in, you know, the cupcakes. The box tells you to fill your liner 3/4 of the way, but sometimes that makes them a little extra puffy. But using that little scoop there is really helpful to get them to be at least all similar sizes. So we're going to get started on our Nutter Butter Ghost cookies. So I'm taking some white candy melts and I am melting these down, and this is what I'll be dipping the cookies in. So I was going to dip them in white chocolate. However, I forgot that I had leftover white candy melt from the 4th of July. So when I was in my baking cabinet grabbing the cupcake liners, I'm so sorry, I found the white candy melt, and that's what I'm going to be using. So we're I started off doing this the difficult way. I was, kind of dipping it and using the spatula to get the chocolate or the candy melt, onto the cookie. And then I realized that was just taking too much time. So I ended up just kind of dipping them, and that worked out pretty well. So I'm using miniature chocolate chips for the eyes. These are a lot of fun. Don't have these at a party if you have anybody coming that has a peanut allergy. You don't want the kiddos to feel tempted to grab one. These are definitely not allergy safe. But if there's nobody with, any peanut allergies, these are a great little addition. My husband loves them because he is a huge Nutter Butter fan, and I just think they're really cute. Once you're done with your candy melt, make sure that you get it tossed. It's pretty hard to clean once it is cooled and solid again. And my cupcakes are done, so I'm gonna let those cool. And next up, we're gonna move on to some cleaning. So like I had said before, my goal was to get as much of the house cleaned as possible tonight so that the next day I could focus on decorating and cooking. I had a lot of things that I wanted to cook and to have prepared, and we've hosted a lot of parties. I know how long party setup can take, and so it was really important to me that I just try to get as much done as I could. It was a Friday night. It was busy in my house. Danny was currently at soccer practice with Ryan, and he was just about to get home, and then my daughter was going to be going to her football game, so he was going to be taking her to that. And as you can see, I'm just having full-blown conversations with my family while I am working. So like I've told you before, this is typically what's happening in my house in the background. There's just always people around. We're always chatting. We're always hanging out. So just assume that if you see me ever laughing or smiling or chatting, it's because there's somebody in the background that I'm talking to. So I do have this video pretty sped up for today. That's not typically my style. We typically do things a little bit slower. However, if I didn't speed things up, this video would be like 3 hours long. There was a lot of footage and a lot of moving and shaking and a lot going on. So I just wanted to make sure that I kept it, doable when it came to watching, and yet I was still able to give you some good quality content. So please forgive how quick it is, but I didn't want this video to be too long while I took you along on crossing off all the things on the list. one thing that I desperately needed to get done was wiping off my cabinets. Now, I did just recently do this right before I decorated for Halloween, or maybe it was for fall. However, we live here and we use this kitchen 1,700 times a day. And so I needed to wipe down the cabinets and the walls. There were just a lot of areas that had gotten really, really dirty and covered in fingerprints, kind of like, you know, my refrigerator here that is always getting beat up. So I just wanted to make sure I wiped that down. I even had my kiddos help me wipe down the walls along the stairs and everything just to get that stuff done because it really, really needed it. And I don't, you know, always wait just until, you know, once a month or so to do that. I try to do it more often. Next up, we're going to work on getting the powder room cleaned up and decorated for Halloween for the party. It definitely was pretty good. There was not a whole lot that needed to be done. Just a little wipe down, a good scrub of the toilet, as well as a little bit of decorating, and it will be good to go. This was the bathroom that, you know, everybody was going to be using, and I wanted to make sure that it was nice and clean for all of our guests. I found these adorable Halloween towels at Target in the dollar section. So decided to use them. I decided to layer them both because they were both so cute and I liked the color that it added. And then I also pulled in some of the Halloween decor that I had left over to put here on the shelves, and I added a few of the little bats to the mirror for a final touch. Next up, I needed to take some time cleaning off my island pennant lights. This is something that was long overdue. I needed to do this. I actually meant to do it before my in-laws' 50th anniversary party, but I completely spaced it. It's hard to remember to do them because we're pretty short, so I don't even really notice like how much this needs to be done until I look up there. And our plan was to hang some decor here above the island, since this would be like the buffet. And when I looked up there, I was like, oh my gosh, those have to be cleaned. I was supposed to do that. And then I got kind of embarrassed thinking, oh man, my family came and they probably thought this was terrible. And, I felt really bad, but honestly, it's really not that big of a deal. So I just used glass cleaner on the outside, and then I took a duster to do the inside. While I had the duster out, I dusted off the gooseneck lamps that I have over in the coffee bar area. I'm going to get that cleaned up, and then we're going to do a little bit of prep work over here. This is where I plan to have the dessert tiered tray, as well as a really yummy punch for the kiddos. And I bought this really cool skull drink dispenser at Walmart this year. It was only $18 too. It was such a find, and it's really pretty. It's like a like rainbowy kind of glass. I know there's a word and it starts with an H, but I can't think of it. So it's holographic. There we go. I was going to say hallucinogen. That is definitely not it, y'all. But anyway, it was really, really pretty. So you'll see later on in the video what I end up adding to it to give it a really cool look. So I also had picked up a bunch of these black drop cloths from the Dollar Tree that I'm going to be using kind of like a tablecloth, but really it's just for, fun decoration and texture. But at the same time, it's good for, bringing in an element of protection for your furniture that isn't like super plasticky or cheap looking. So that's what we're adding there. I also picked up a couple of fun little decor pieces from the Dollar Tree that I'm adding here to some doors along the entryway, and just going to bring in a little bit of fun decoration. And that's going to be it for the night before the party. I was so tired. I decided that was enough. I needed to put up my feet. It had been a long day. So we're now on to the next day. It is now Saturday morning, and I'm just getting some things going. This was actually Saturday late morning. I had been busting my bum all morning. I got up around 5, got, dishes done from the night before. I was doing a ton of laundry, just kind of getting things cleaned up. I had my kids doing their bathroom upstairs, cleaning their rooms, vacuuming off the stairs, vacuuming the upstairs. I had the robot vacuum going, if you saw that. We were just in full clean mode, and I was feeling really good. So wanted to get the vacuum dusted off. That's not it. Getting the couch cleaned off. Also cleaned off the fan like I needed to do. That was long overdue. And dusted off my faux fiddle leaf fig. Just doing a lot of dusting. I had my daughter dust all my plants for me. That was really helpful. And now she's going to help me get up some decor above the island here. So I had a vision to hang some witch hats here in the center of the island, and she came to help me bring that to life. We just used little command hooks up on my ceiling, just little tiny ones. And then we have a sweet little Happy Halloween sign from Michael's. The hats are from Amazon. I do wish I'd gotten ones that came with the little candle. I wish that we had more of that, but I wish I had like a little bit of a light to it, but this turned out really, really cute. My husband was at a soccer game, so he was not home to help. So I employed my teenage daughter, and she was incredibly helpful. So we're going to get these things up, and I am so happy with the way it turned out. Just wait till you see how cute it all looks at the end. And now we're going to be cooking while cleaning as well. So like I mentioned earlier in the video, I like to have as many things going at once as I can. So like I said, I had a ton of laundry going, and now I was going to get started on some of the other food items while still cleaning. So I'm getting started with sausage dip. Now I've shown this in a previous video. I think it was back in my 4th of July video. This is a very simple dip. It's just sausage, rotel, and cream cheese. I'll have that video linked for you down below if you're looking for some fun appetizers. I'm also putting down my stools here at the island while that's cooking. I had them up so that the vacuum could work, and then I also had Griffin, my 8-year-old son. He helped me wipe down the cabinets there along the island, so he was very, very helpful. So like I mentioned, for this dip, it's just sausage. I used 2 packages, so 2 pounds of sausage, 2 packages of cream cheese, and then I used 2 cans of rotel. I did actually end up adding in a 3rd can of rotel there, so I just didn't show it, but I did end up with 3 cans of rotel. And now we're going to work on the cupcakes. So I know that this video is really sped up, and I apologize, but I had like over 3 hours of footage. So in order to get, everything in a timely video that wasn't like ridiculously long, I had to speed things up. So apologize for how sped up things are, but it was necessary. So we're going to go ahead and get these frosted. I'm just using a chocolate frosting here from the grocery store. And then we're going to decorate some with sprinkles. We're going to leave some blank. And then we're going to get these put on the tiered tray. They turned out so delicious. I used the triple chocolate super moist cake, and it was so incredibly good. I think it was Duncan Hines, might have been Betty Crocker. I can't remember, but I think whatever is the red box. I can't remember. I'm so sorry, but it was really, really good. And what I did the night before, I think you might have noticed, was I covered my cupcakes with some plastic wrap. And so they were still a little bit warm when I covered them with the plastic wrap, which allowed for them to hold on to the moisture. And so the next day they were just really, really moist. So if you notice there on my island, there's a lot of like little ring marks from the bottom of the cupcakes. And that's because that's how much moisture they had. They were so very good and delicious and moist. They just fell apart. So anyway, absolutely delicious. I would highly recommend them, and they turned out really, really cute. I got the sprinkles and the cupcake toppers from Michael's. So if you're on the hunt for something for your cupcakes, I would highly recommend those, and you could probably find them at super discount right now.
You might be the one that truly got me. I feel it too. You might be the one that truly got me. I feel it too. I feel it too. You might be the one that truly got me.
Next up, we're going to work on our little mummies. So I'm using hot dogs, all beef hot dogs. I'm cutting them open and draining out the juice. And then I'm going to use a pizza cutter here with our croissants and slice just little strings, if you will, of the croissants. So this is a little bit time consuming. I'm not gonna lie. Here, being sped up, it looks like it's not that big of a deal, but it really did take a long time, and they're not the easiest. One thing I will say that I would do in the future, that I forgot to do. I have made these before. I've actually made them twice before, but I forgot was to dry off your hot dog with a paper towel before trying to wrap the croissant around, because they don't stick. And so it can be really tricky and time consuming. So I'm just going to wrap these around. What I ended up doing was cooking them. I did bake them, and then I reheated them right before the party. So just bake them at whatever it says on the package. I think it's 350. I baked them for, I think, 15 minutes. And then I popped them back in the oven at 300 for like another 5 or 6 minutes right before the party started, just to reheat them and warm them all the way through. I did make a handful of them without the strings, like just regular pigs in a blanket, just for the sake of, adults. Maybe they didn't want to eat one with the mummies. And also just because they were taking so much time. But they did turn out really cute, and they were delicious. So really happy with the way those turned out. We're going to go ahead and get some things crossed off the list. I had a separate list there at the bottom for things my kiddos were working on. They were working as well. And now we're going to start working on our charcuterie tray, not to be confused with a charcuterie tray. I'm just using my cutting board here to do this tray. I have that really cute little ghost there. That is a stoneware ghost that I picked up at Michael's. And then I have that little cauldron right there for some jam. I wanted something else with color, some other kind of vessel. And I'm starting off by making a salami rose. So I'm just using a wine glass, and what you do is you just layer your salami around in a circle, and it creates this really pretty rose. Mine, for some reason, did not want to stay together. So as you see right there, it just kind of blossomed and opened up. So once I got some Triscuits on there, I do end up fixing it. It just needed to be redone. But I was like, man, I spent all that time getting it going. But I just kind of layered them on top of each other a little bit more so that it held them together. But this is an incredibly easy way to add like a little bit of sophistication to your charcuterie board. It just makes it look really nice. I will say people were afraid to eat it because they felt bad about the rose, but I was like, just eat it. It's there to be eaten. Even though it looks really pretty, it's meant to be enjoyed as well. Now, when it comes to making a charcuterie board, what I would suggest is doing a little bit of salty, a little bit of sweet, a little bit of crunch, and a little bit of chewy. So it offers a little bit of something for everybody. Everybody's snacking choices are different. I like a little crunch, a little salt, and a little sweet all in one. So just offering a little bit of everything is ideal. So there really is no wrong or right way. It's just about, what you like to do and, what you like to snack on. So for me, the crunch is the crackers and the pretzels. The sweet is both these dried apricots that I'm adding here, as well as the fig jam that I end up putting in the cauldron. There's a little bit of sweetness to this goat cheese that I'm using here. And the pickles are also sweet. And then we've also got salty from all of the different salamis and the cheese. And we also have chewy in our apricots, and as well as the salami does have a little bit of a chew to it. So just gives everybody what they might be looking for, options for what they enjoy, if it's salt, sweet, crunchy, or chewy. So also going to use this other tray that I have here, the ghost tray, I picked this up at Michael's. It does match that other little bowl that I had. I am going to make another salami rose for this tray, and we're going to add on, some other cheeses and goodies and snacks for this tray as well. So charcuterie boards are just a great way to snack when you're kind of standing around and chatting or playing games or watching a movie. They're just a really fun way to snack, and things just look really pretty. So that's what we're going to do here. I will say this combination of these garlic and herb crackers and this garlic and herb cheese was hands down phenomenal. Like, it's just such a great combination with a little bit of the fig spread on a cracker. Oh my gosh, it was so very good. I did also dice up some cheddar cheese to add to the charcuterie boards as well, and I did add in these marinated olives. So everything was absolutely delicious, and it was very well enjoyed. I'm also going to add more of these drop cloths here to my island, again, to both offer protection to my countertops as well as add in some fun decorative elements and some texture. And it ended up working out really well. It looked really cool. I did use some cordless fairy lights that I picked up on Amazon to just kind of weave those through the area as well. I don't think I have that on camera though. And that just added some color. I kept the lights really low for the party, and that was really enjoyable. So I grabbed this little brie dish, this little pumpkin, and I added the salsa here right before the party. We do add in the chips into the bowls. I'm also using these copper buckets here for some forks that I put on either side of the island for people to enjoy. And now we're going to make the punch. So I brought over my ice, which we had a very short power outage during a storm last week, and some of my ice melted. So I have to work on getting all of that out of my tray because it's all bunched up there. But for this punch, this is an incredibly simple, easy punch, and you can do it to any color that matches, the holiday or the event that you're doing. But you just do basically half Hawaiian punch and half lemon lime soda. And then I also added in some of those little fun eyeballs there. Those are from the Dollar Tree, and they're just ping pong balls. So that was fun to have them floating, but I just stirred this up, got everything, in here, and it was really, really yummy. And then a little fun decorative item as well as delicious. The kids all loved it. Those cups were color changing. Those are from Walmart, and I'm really happy with that cute little drink holder that I now have. So looks really cool. And like I said, you can buy any colored Hawaiian punch or Kool-Aid to match, whatever holiday you're doing. And it's just a fun way to give the kids something else to enjoy, something they don't normally have. So now we're just going to put out some last minute touches, and it's almost time for me to go get in my costume. We had a holiday playlist playing in the background. Amazon has some really great choices, and it was time to make some new memories in our new house. I was so very excited. And here's how everything turned out. It was time to go get changed. People were going to start arriving within the next half an hour, and we were so excited. We had a really great time. I hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed coming along with me as I prepared for our first annual Halloween party in our new home. If you are interested in seeing how we ended up looking at the party, make sure you're following me over on Instagram at Charlotte Grove Farmhouse, and you can see how we dressed up. and see the fun costume Danny and I had together. Until the next one, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some fun inspiration, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day. Happy Halloween, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.